Hi. Today, I wanted to talk to some people about defensive situations. So, here we go. So, 12 gauge shotgun is pretty fantastic. But I want to talk to you about this. This is a 45 caliber ACP round. I'm a big proponent of the 1911. I love it. It's been around for over 100 years. It's been through several wars. It's got a lot of knockdown power. Um, Well, let's just get right down to it. The high point carbine in particular. A lot of people hate them, and I don't disagree. They're ugly as sin. They are really ugly. So I was shopping around, and the good thing is that they're cheap. I mean, I don't mean they're cheaply made. I mean they're inexpensive, but they're ugly. They're super ugly. So I got one. I'm not afraid to admit it. I got one. So, but here, let me bend over a second here. Sorry. Okay, so I found this aftermarket. It fits the High Point magazine. It's a red ball. Holds 20 rounds of the 45 ACP. Okay, it comes with a 9-round magazine, which isn't a lot to boast about. They do have some 14 rounders, and I do have some of those. But aesthetically, as far as the High Point's concerned, God, it's ugly. It's just ugly. So, I've been going through mine, and I've been trying to do some things that I don't know, make it look a modicum better. So let me switch this around. All right, so hopefully we're still around. So this is my High Point. Now, it does have the buffer stock. You know, it's spring loaded. It's good for recoil. It was all black. The only green I had at the time was this. It's a hunter green. It's got a cheek well on it. You know, it does wood. The sights. The sights that come with it work, but they're not the best. So I had some leftover AR parts around, and it does come with a factory Picatinny rail on it right here. So I was able to put this rear sight on this High Point. Okay. As I was repainting, I did remove this. There's a plastic piece on here that's just horrifying. So actually it comes down, and I was able to find some screws, and I added this pick rail, and I found an AR metal front sight post for it, and I put that on. Aftermarket shops, they have a lot of aftermarket stuff on it. They had this barrel shroud. It does come threaded with a threaded muzzle. Can't really see it, but it is threaded for a silencer or can, whatever you want to call it. But I put this shroud on it. I had this laying around. I don't know about it yet, but it is there. So it's relatively short. You can handle it quite accurately. This does fit in there, you know, to a degree. It fits, so it's 20 rounds of 45 ACP. So I just wanted to put out there that there are instances where you can upgrade the High Point, which I believe does work. It does work quite well. Took it to the range, sighted it in, it sights fine, it works fine, it never failure to feed, it always works good. So it is a defensive weapon. It has defensive capabilities. And so if it's sitting around in your house, it's only 100 and I don't know, it's less than $200. Sits around, it sits around. But it doesn't mean that it has to be horrifyingly ugly. I mean, it's fucking ugly. If you want to take it to the range, you can keep it stock, which is fine. No problems. But if you're one of those that likes to say, hey, is that a high point? You want people to look around and say, hey, look, man, that dude's got a high point. It's fixed up. It's looking pretty good. If you're one of those types, you can. You can do all kinds of stuff to it. They have aftermarket stuff for it. They have higher capacity magazines. They have all kinds of stuff. Whether or not High Point wants you to do that, I don't know. I don't really care. What I care about is what's important to me, and aesthetics is one thing and capacity is another. Sights, I've watched videos where the front posts have actually come off or they've rattled themselves off. It comes with a completely different colored front sight, which is kind of annoying and doesn't really match. But it works. And so does the rear sight. Now, it is kind of ugly looking, but you can adjust it all certain different ways. And from what I can tell, they work. I mean, what do you want? They work. But you can fix them up. That's basically all I'm trying to say here. So, if you want something that can work, hold on, then you can do a little bit of effort and you can clean it up and you can make it work. This does cycle, it does feed, it runs terrific. It fires a 45 caliber ACP and it doesn't break the bank. Whether or not I'm going to keep this on here, I don't know, but it doesn't really fit the motif of the hunter green. I don't know. I might change out the hunter green to an OD. I really don't know. It was just a rattle can job, but it's short. It's maneuverable. It fires fast. It fires reliably. And for a 45 caliber, it has stopping power. So I just wanted to put that out there for you to watch, learn, look, see. Have your criticisms about it. I don't know if you're a gun snob, High Point's not worth your time, that's fine. But if you like the High Point, just know that there are upgrades. All right? Later.